When you buy two platforms from the same company, the assumption is that they're going to work together seamlessly. Can you shed some light, on what teams can often discover when trying to connect different platforms, even if they're from the same vendor?
When I used to sell Salesforce, what I thought was really interesting is you purchase Salesforce Sales Cloud if you're a sales user, and then you purchase like a Pardot or a marketing cloud. But those are tools that were built by different companies and they grew up internally as different tools. And so the cool thing about working for something like Salesforce is you can integrate them. However, the difference with HubSpot is that every one of our tools was built by us in house. So there's no integration between them that ever needs to happen. All you have to do is activate them and they're ready to go. Most people, when they want to compare like HubSpot to Salesforce, they're looking at like a Sales Hub license and a Sales Cloud license. But what they're not looking at is behind the scenes, that integration cost. Are you having to integrate all of these different tools within something like Salesforce, which is going to take you a lot more time to get in and start seeing value? And it's going to cost you a lot more money because you need to pay somebody to do that integration. Think of it as like a house. At HubSpot, we are selling you a plot of land. Salesforce is selling you a plot of land. But with HubSpot, we're selling you a plot of land with a preset house ready to go. It is built, it's move-in ready. We've got furniture. All you need to do is decide the color of your walls and maybe where you arrange the furniture. So if you were to hire somebody to come in and maybe move things around and paint the walls, it's going to be a lot less expensive than if you were to choose something like a Salesforce, an incredibly robust tool. And if you want to build that house from scratch, be my guest. But what we found is that buying that empty plot of land and having to go in and then purchase every single piece separately and go to all these different partners and pay them to integrate all of your tools, it does a couple of things. One, it takes longer to buy a move-in ready house versus to buy a house that you have to build from scratch. And it always takes longer than you think. And it always is more expensive than we plan for. So those are kind of the two differences as you're thinking about the two is, do you have to pay to set them up? How long is that going to take? And then is there an internal integration that needs to happen by tools sold from the same company? That might cost you that hidden fee that you'd like to spend elsewhere.